Привit moi druzy. Hello, my friends. My name is Gerdes. I'm a professor who tries to help you understand what's going on in the war in Ukraine. Today, I want to talk about something. It's timely for today, but it's timeless in its application in helping you understand how to know what is true in the war. So the incident that I'm going to be referring to doesn't really matter. The principles are what are important, and this will help you frame and understand what you're looking at, whether you're looking at legitimate sources or illegitimate sources. So in the news today is this idea that when Putin went to visit Crimea and went to visit Mariupol, that he sent a body double. Now, I talked about this. I've recorded already talking about it without any reference to a body double, or actually discounting that. And there's a reason for that, because I don't have conclusive evidence. I actually reached out to a plastic surgeon to say, hey, you want to look at some pictures? I'm pretty sure this community wants to know whether this is true or not. But until I have evidence, now, it doesn't have to be my own evidence. It could be that plastic surgeon or somebody that has that expertise that does it, or it could be something definitively proven and then published in legitimate news sources, the Wall Street Journal, New York Times. I mean, that kind of caliber of news source that has done their homework because they have verified standards. If they have done it and then I can triangulate across a number of different places, then I can rely on it. Until that point, so like here, Putin body double. Is Putin using a body double? Spotting a decoy is in the ears. But this is from Business Insider, who doesn't necessarily have the same credibility as something like the New York Times or Wall Street Journal. Times of India is just raising the question, and they're looking at the three different things. Now, so I could be wrong, but I'd rather be wrong by not saying it yet than be wrong by saying it. I hope that makes sense. So now I know that there are some people that have put that out, and maybe they have extra information that I don't have. That's okay. Now, here's how to tell whether they're right or wrong, or more likely to be right or wrong. Look at their past track record. Are they more likely to be right in the past, or are they more likely to have been wrong in the past? That's going to tell you a great deal. So, first thing is, I want to not say something that's not true. Okay, so it's kind of like Warren Buffett's "don't lose money" principle, his first rule, or the Hippocratic oath of first do no harm. That's my thing. Now, that means that I'll be a little bit slower to communicate something that may be true, but I'll be less wrong, and that's the way that I want to approach things. I think you should follow that while you're trying to analyze and understand what's going on in Ukraine as well. Second thing is, I want to give the best face or the best interpretation or the kindest interpretation of something. So if I do that, I err on the side of caution. So I'm going to assume that Putin was actually in Ukraine until I'm proven otherwise by other research that has shown me that yes, it was a body double, let's say. Okay? If I do that, then I'm going to have a greater accuracy rate. I'm also not going to believe, and this is really, really important, I'm not going to believe something just because I want to believe it. Like, I would like to believe the body double theory, which would then reinforce my notion that Putin he's very cautious, probably paranoid, and there's research that shows that the longer an authoritarian stays in power, the more paranoid they become. So I want to believe the body double because it would reinforce my preconceived notions about how he actually works. But I have to guard against that tendency to believe something just because I want to believe it. I have to believe it because the facts are there, not because I want to believe it. So I hope that all helps you with that. There's plenty of articles this morning about whether Putin has sent a body double to Mariupol, but I'm not seeing anything that is definitively proving it. And until I see that, I'm not going to talk about it like that. Okay, so I hope that helps. Again, it's not just about today's event. This is how you should frame everything that you read, everything that you watch, the sources that you pay attention to on YouTube. Be very, very careful. You can be a little less careful and give them a little bit more benefit of the doubt over time as they have proven themselves to be accurate, but you want to not get into a conspiracy mindset because that doesn't serve anyone. Okay, thank you for your time. Thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine. And I'll be talking about Putin's visit to Ukraine in the next video later on today.